Object-oriented programming fundamentally is about a bunch of objects collaborating with each other by sending messages and sharing data with each other. So it's not uncommon for us to write or come across code like this. This looks like standard OOP. You write a class, you need data, so you ask for it. But this isn't collaboration, it's micromanagement. You have created a subscription service that knows everything about a user, everything about an account, and exactly how money is stored. Here's a more extreme version of an example. The shipping service is reaching deep inside the order class just to make a simple decision. You have effectively written procedural code dressed up in classes. This is the code smell called feature envy. The shipping service is envious. It wishes it was inside the user class. It's reaching over the fence to handle data that doesn't belong to it. Your objects are hollow. They are just buckets for data, while your service does all the thinking. In the book Growing Object-Oriented Software, Guided by Tess, the authors define a golden rule to stop this behavior. Tell, don't ask. The calling object should describe what it wants in terms of the role that its neighbor plays, and let the called object decide how to make that happen. This is commonly known as the tell, don't ask style, or more formally, the law of Demeter. When we don't follow the style, we can end up with what's known as train wreck code, where a series of getters is chained together like the carriages in a train. When you ask an object for its data to perform calculations that object should be doing, you are saying, I don't trust you to do the work. Give me your files and I'll do it myself. This couples your code to the specific structure of the data. In this example, if you change how the address is stored, the service breaks. Instead, you should tell. You tell the object what you want to achieve. You don't ask the order for its components to calculate shipping. You tell the order, calculate your shipping and give me the result. This encapsulates the logic. The order knows its own total. It is the expert on itself. Let's refactor that previous example. The logic regarding US country and total greater than 100 belongs to the data it operates on. First, let's move the address check to the customer, because the customer owns the address. Next, let's move the cost calculation to the order. Now, look at our service. We went from a manager micromanaging data to a system of objects truly collaborating. Now, you might be thinking, am I forbidden from ever asking for data? Of course not. You cannot build a system without data flowing back and forth. The authors of GOOS clarify this confusion by distinguishing between objects and values. Objects, like order, service, repository, have responsibilities. They have behavior. For these, you tell. Values, like money, date, address, or string, are just facts. They don't do anything. They just are. It is perfectly fine to ask for a value. You can ask a user for their email. You can ask a timer for the current seconds. The rule is simple. Don't ask an object for data to do that object's job. But even when you do have to ask a question, a query, most developers name it wrong. Your queries should describe intention, why you are asking, not implementation, what you are grabbing. Look at this. This is implementation. The caller now knows that 5 is the magic number for active. If you change that ID to 6 or a string, your whole app breaks. Compare that to this. This is intention. The caller doesn't care about status codes or magic numbers. It just wants to know if the user can log in. Similarly, don't check if timer.seconds greater than 60. Check if timer has expired. Hide the mechanics. Reveal the business rule. To wrap up, whenever you write a line of code that grabs data, ask yourself these 3 questions. Am I grabbing data to do that object's job for it? If yes, stop. Tell the object to do it instead. Is the thing I'm getting back a simple value? If yes, asking is usually okay. Does the name of my query reveal internal secrets? If you are asking as port open parents, that's implementation. Refactor it to is ready to connect parents to show intention. This video was heavily inspired by Growing Object-Oriented Software, Guided by Tess. It's a dense read but essential for senior developers looking to improve their test-driven development skills. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, let the algorithm know, and let me know what other topic you'd like to hear about.